Hello everyone. So today we'll be talking about the immigration steps to Canada through Foreign Skilled Worker Program or Express Entry program. So I'm going to make a brief video today and we'll go into detail for each of these steps in the subsequent videos. This particular video I'm making on the request of one of my subscribers. She wants to know what is the first initial step to go about this particular process. So first of all, I will present the list of the steps that needs to be done in very short detail, and then I will go about the first process. These are the steps. As you can see, there are about 9 steps that I have categorized into. The first step is the calculation of the CRS score, or evaluating the eligibility of your profile for the Canada immigration program. So we will go into detail of this particular step. Once you know that you are eligible for the program, you can then appear for language proficiency test. It is either an English test or a French test, and you can even take both the tests to increase your score. And the higher the score, the higher the chance that you get into acceptance very fast. So it is better to take both tests, but as an Indian or a Desi person, you will have familiarity only with English and not with French. So you can go about taking IELTS or CELPIP or other tests that are accepted by the Canada immigration. Now the third step is the education credential assessment. It is ECA. It is basically the evaluation of your degree. If you have done a degree in a foreign country, which is not Canada, a foreign country, they want to basically evaluate the equivalent degree of your education, and this is called as the credential assessment. It is done by multiple institutions, but institute that I recommend everyone is WES Evaluation. WES evaluates the degrees for US immigration or Canada immigration, both of them, but when you apply for WES evaluation, you need to mention that it is for Canada immigration. It is one of the mistakes that people do, so I am mentioning it over here. Now once you have your evaluation of the degree and you have your test results which are good enough, then you can submit your express entry application for invitation to apply. It is basically you create a profile with all the details filled in, and you submit the application, and the application goes into the pool, and there are draws of FSW or express entry draws, which takes every other Wednesday, or sometimes less frequently, but usually it happens every other Wednesday. And they basically pick a score, and people who have score higher than that particular score are accepted, and they get the acceptance email within 24 hours. So once you are invited to apply, once the ITA is picked up, then you need to start gathering your documents as proof. Even before ITA is picked up, you need to plan for those documents, you need to gather them, but I mention here that you need to gather the documents once ITA is picked up, because some of the documents have expiry date. For example, the documents that are required are job experience letter. It does not have an expiry. Police clearance certificate, it has an expiry. Depending on the country that where you are getting it from, it has expiry of 3 months, 6 months. And also you need to take the PCC or police clearance certificate from all the countries that you have stayed in for more than 6 months in your life. It does not include the touristic destinations that you have traveled to for less than 6 months, but if you have worked in a country for more than 6 months, then you need to basically have the PCC from that country. And then proof of funds is required, that you have sufficient funds to sustain yourself in Canada if you do not have a job, if you do not get a job once you move to Canada. So according to their website, currently 13,500 Canadian dollars need to be shown for one person. If you are married, if you are going as a family of two persons, you need to show around 16,500. These amounts keep on increasing depending on the inflation, so you need to check their official website. And then you need to start collecting birth certificates, so these do not expire for very long. Passports do not expire for 10 years. Then there is ECA report, and this does not expire for a few years, so you can gather this document even before ITA is picked up. Then if needed, Canadian job offer letter and provincial nomination letter, these are optional. So express entry FSW program can be successfully passed without a Canadian job offer letter, without a provincial nomination letter. Depends on your score, really. And the good thing about this process is that you do not pay the fees until you are invited to apply. Once you get ITA, you know that you are eligible, you have been invited to apply, and then you make the payment of the fees. Currently, the fees are around 2200 Canadian dollars per one person, and depending on whether you have a wife or a son or a daughter, amount keeps on changing, it increases. You need to get your biomedicals done, medicals done of yourself and your family, and then you need to submit those gathered additional documentations. And this is all done through the portal. Once you submit that, sometimes they ask for any additional document requirements. It is not always. If you are asked, you need to provide that. If it is not asked, then the direct thing will be passport request. So where the visa is stamped on your passport for a single entry into Canada, so you can take that visa and land in Canada for the ninth step. So these are all brief of the steps a requirement. So let us go into calculating the CRS score here. So first of all, you can you can type CRS calculator Canada. It takes you to their official website. cic.gc.ca is their official website. So this is the same system that lets you know that you are eligible, and it also provides you score. Now, what is your marital status? So let me just assume an average scenario, or the scenario of my subscriber who made the request for this video. So she is married. Is your spouse or common law partner a citizen or permanent resident of Canada? Usually no. Will your spouse or common law partner come with you to Canada? Yes. How old are you? 28 years of age. What is your level of education? So my subscriber has done master's degree. And have you earned a Canadian degree, diploma, or a certificate? No. Official languages. So Canada's official languages are English and French. As I explained to you, you either need to provide the proficiency in English and the proficiency in French through some test. It's not just that you have completed your undergraduation in English medium and you are proficient. You need to prove that through the test results. And usually for English, people give IELTS or CELPIP. For French, there are some other tests that can be taken. If you know French, then you can take both of them. If you know just English, you can take only English. And to be honest, here, in order to check your CRS score, you require the test results. For the CRS calculation, I'm going to enter the average score for IELTS, and then you can check your CRS score and try to improve on that by scoring higher in the IELTS examination. Are your test results less than 2 years old? No. Yeah, it's less than 2 years old. Which language test did you take for your first official language? IELTS. So TEF and TCF, these are French exams. Enter your scores. So usually for a Desi guy, it's 7.5. Listening is around 8 or 8.5. So let me just put 7.5. uh, it Let me put 7.5. Writing, let me put 7. Okay, do you have any other language results? If you have French results, you can say yes, otherwise not applicable. In the last 10 years, how many years of skilled work experience in Canada do you have? So that would be 0. In the last 10 years, how many total years of foreign skilled work experience do you have? You can say 3 years or more. Do you have a certificate of qualification from a Canadian province, territory, or federal body? Usually, people outside Canada do not have. If you have a valid job offer, then that increases your points, but usually applicants do not have. So, let us click on no. Do you have a nomination certificate from a province or territory? No, if you are applying for Express Entry FSW. If you get a nomination certificate, you can answer yes, and you can be considered for provincial program. Do you have spouse or common law partner? Have at least one brother or sister living in Canada who is a citizen or PR? The subscriber has a sister who is a permanent resident, so let me just click on yes. What is the highest level of education for which your spouse or common law partner has earned a Canadian degree or had an ECA? So basically, ECA is a compulsory requirement. Let us assume that ECA will be done anyways. So is a master's degree in the last 10 years. How many years of skilled work experience in Canada? So that would be 0. Did your spouse or common law partner take a language test? Yes. And let us take the average results. 7.5, 7.5, this is 7. Now when you click on calculate, it will tell you the score. Now considering this, the comprehensive ranking system formula grand total is 431. Now this is how you basically calculate the CRS score, and this is very average score, to be honest. Currently people who are getting into the pool and getting accepted are around 480 score, and the IELTS results matter a lot. So if you can improve these results, so I can say that average score can be 7.59. Okay, and listening can be much higher, it can be 8.5. Reading can be around 7.5. Writing is fine. So once this is done, you can also select the same score for your spouse, and then when you calculate, you see the score goes to 493. Okay, if you can assume that speaking is 7.5, listening is 8, which is average possible score. This is 7.5, this is 7, and here listening can be 8, and if you calculate your score, it is around 490, which is an awesome score. And with this 490 score, if you go into the pool, you would be invited in the first attempt, and then you just have to collect the documents and submit documents as proof. Now you need to remember, along the whole Canada immigration process, you should never tell a lie in your file. The questions that they ask, you need to be very truthful and honest. Now for this CRS calculator, I have told that yes, I have these scores, but when you are submitting your application into the pool, you should have the test score ready with you. You cannot keep it scheduled, and without attempting it, you cannot submit your profile, because a score that you have submitted cannot be changed. So for the calculation of your score, maybe you can just enter your probable scores, but when you are going to submit your profile into pool, now during that time you need to have the test results of IELTS and you need to enter. As I have shown you, with this you can get around 490 score, which is an awesome score, and you can be selected directly in the first attempt itself. Thank you for watching. This is about the CRS score. Canada immigration. If you have any questions on Canada immigration, if you have any request for any video on a special topic, you can let me know. Please keep watching and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.